Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my grown, extended, beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're telling me about your empathic gift. And if you feel like the video is give good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times at the moment, and just need a confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share in the social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly, truly appreciated. And the video I'm doing right now is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, everybody deserves your love. But you have to be selective about who access your time. And that is so daggone true. You know, a lot of times you could really have a lot of love for people, certain individuals, don't matter who it is. It could be a family member, sibling, whatever, best friend, baby mama, baby daddy, husband, wife, you know, significant other, side chick, backwards chick, you know, same thing on the dude side too, you know, but a lot of times we have to be very selective about what we access, what we allow ourselves to connect with. You know, so many different things has been going on lately. Y'all know I don't never do no videos around this time of night. My daggone sleep habits has been really crazy lately, and especially since the other day, since I did, you know, my turn of event video, basically what it was led to do, and which I do appreciate y'all, you know, for the feedback. It was truly a blessing. You know, for these last few months as well as years is coming up, you know, you can get to that point where you appreciate everything when you allow yourself to open up to the universe and just being fed, you know, the dynamics of insight on what is good, what is nurturing, what is something that you need to cut ties with, what you have to appreciate. You know, you're supposed to appreciate everything that comes into your life, even the negative situations. It's like really overwhelming for a lot of people right now. You know, it's the holidays. You know, a lot of people don't really care for the holidays. You know, I'm right here. But it's just still a blessing when you can be able to see another one, you know. But it's just like so many different things that comes on into your life. I've noticed there's a lot of different things, how I allow myself to really choose to view things, you know, not just, you know, allow myself to spot or look, but just to view it within a whole, you know. It's just the way I allow myself to respond if I choose to respond. You know, I went through it today and I noticed, you know, when you're allowing yourself to be open and not place judgment within on your own self. Because a lot of times we do that as an automatic fail safe. You know, we do that real quick, that where we get our guards up, or, you know, we get aggravated if somebody comes at you crazy, or, you know, has something to say, but it's just like, where the hell did this come from? You know, stuff like that. Because I did that and I was just like, you know, I seen a comment and I was just like, I'm gonna send that person some prayers, because I said, you took this situation was personal. I don't even know where the heck, you know, that was coming from, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I had to allow myself to, you know, usually if it's something like really asinine to me, I just block you and keep it moving. I'm not going to allow you to have access to my energy like that, but I'm going to send you some love. And it's a beautiful thing when you can get to that point where you can see how certain things used to affect you, and you allow yourself to really disconnect from taking it personal, you know, on different things. And it is just like, I'm at that point in my life now, even though I'm like an INFJ, Heyoka, a lot of with all this other stuff that goes on, I try to allow myself to have an open mind to see the views of what another person projects to me. Even if it's something I know is negative, I can just look at you and just act like, I'm looking straight through you and just walk on and keep it moving. Allow myself to not engage in that type of vibration. And this is what the universe wants us to be able to know. There's some people that is in your life that you have to just love from a distance. A lot of time I've even said it, and I've connected with other people. It's just like, Roz, I'm trying to be there for blase, blase, blase. This person is just like, they always keep rubbing me the wrong way. Or it's like when they come to me, it's always like negative or heavy. You have to understand, if you are that type of person and you put yourself on that vibration where you're being honest, like, hey, I love to spend time with you at times, but it's just like, anytime we connect in the way we connect, you're always coming at me, with this passive aggressive type vibration, or you're coming off, very hurtful, and if you're allowing yourself to step up to the plate and you tell somebody, hey, this is what you're doing, and they keep doing it. Those are the things I had to allow myself to know. Certain things don't need to have the access of you. And this is what universe and God is really teaching us through different things, especially with generational curses when it has something to do with our family. I tell people real quick, folks try to feel like since we're born and raised, or we had to go through conception with these certain individuals, that means we got to stay with them some A1 since day one. No, it is not true. I'm a witness here. I don't talk to none of my family. And when I say none, and it wasn't by my choice on choosing not to do that, but the person, how they projected their character, made me just want to cut ties. And I'd rather be by myself, than being able to allow myself to sit at a table that somebody will make sure that I starve at. You have to be able to go. It's like, God, hey, let me walk away from a table that God will clearly flip the heck over. You just have to allow yourself to know your worth and where you stand within yourself, and a lot of times, like I tell y'all all the time, I'm very transparent when it comes to stuff like that. I didn't used to have that kind of courage. I didn't, and it's just, I'm very assertive at times when it's just like, hey, I'm not gonna go for that. You better be quiet. I ain't about to go there with you. A lot of times it's just like you have to cut the conversation short, especially when somebody's trying to drag it on to upset you. You just have to walk away at times. You have to, people deserve your love, but a lot of folks don't need to deserve your love in your presence. You have to be able to keep them at arm's distance. Be very selective about what you choose to select to be in your life. Being very selective about where your energy is focused. A karmic cycle where you have to be under the same roof with somebody that is toxic is AF. And you had your toxic ways too. So obviously if you this is somebody that you had a kinship with or whatever like that, there were certain parts of you that you really really connected with that vibe, because it's like the more that you heal, you'll start noticing that your vibes, your views, your what you choose to do for your past activities, whatever you want to call it, it has switched up so much compared to a person that has not gotten better but got so much worse. And you'll notice that, but then it's just like it'll come to that point where you will tend to appreciate what that person has taught you, because it not just taught you about them as within a person within themselves, it also taught you about yourself. Because there will be people be laughing at me. I was like, honey, I don't stay celibate for 5 years and it's 5+. Yeah, I may be having an attitude just because of certain things like that. But I'd rather have an attitude than be walking around here with this funky energy a lot of folks got, and God knows whatever else. My body is precious to me. My time is precious to me. It didn't always used to be like that, because I would put my life in harm's way, especially when I was younger and just out and about doing the little hole stroll, whatever you want to call it. But now I had to cool myself off and say, hey, not everything. No, just because everybody else want to do that is not a fad that you need to start picking up on. And it's just like I can say that openly. Yeah, it was like a black snake moan thing, because I was trying to connect with love that wasn't love was actually there. I didn't have that love for myself. So I went searching for it within different vessels of other people and wanting to feel that moment, whether it was like genuine or not. Now it's just like my worth is too high. I was like, I cannot, and I feel good for myself because so many people's like, Roslynn, you need to get to know somebody first before you start jumping in. And they'll be like, oh, but I see his light and they so fine and this and this and this and that. And then they see, I'll be running around here with, I don't know, like, Jesus, what did I do? But I appreciate those experiences. It's like when you're going through things like that, you have to appreciate those experiences, even the real toxic ones. And I know it just depends on what situation yourself is going through. Because if you get with a situation like Michael Ealy and got daggone, what was there, Gabrielle Union and Morris Chestnut, when Michael Ealy done went straight, flipped over, in Perfect Man, or that movie he played in Fatale with my girl Hilary Swank, that's a whole different story. Like, see, this is what you get. This is what you get. You can't be doing that with everybody. But it allows you to really think on what you have selected to entertain with, what you connected with. And it just makes you very proud when you can see where those changes of events really changed you for a better. Because there's a lot of times we're in situations, we so past ready to hurry up and speed up that process because you're tired of dealing with certain situations. You're tired of dealing with the old funky chapter, funky energy that just don't want to change. You just keep getting stankier and stankier every 5 seconds. And you just ready to go. And we really try to understand, why the heck does God keep on telling me to trust the process? What you in a hurry for? Do you not see what I go through every day with these situations? Do you not understand how my nerves is getting played, in certain situations? But then when I allow myself to really sit back and chill, and it's just, I've been doing that a lot lately, and it just makes me see things from a totally different situation, to where it's getting to that point where I get emotional. And it's not a depressing emotional, but just appreciating that emotional. Because if I didn't go through these wounds, if I didn't go through these tragedies, if I didn't go through these mishaps, I would really not know where my power stands within myself. Your vessel is very, 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 very precious. It's priceless. And a lot of times we don't see ourselves as that because of the choices we make. And that's fine. Everybody goes through their situation. I tell people, I'm not judging you. I used to be out there back in the day. Now it's just like, when I'm at my person, that I can be okay with that and be, because it was like, a lot of people don't like putting their situations out there because they don't want to be judged. I tell people real quick, the first people to judge you don't even have their whole life switched up. So don't allow yourself to sit up here and take offense or be bothered by what they say, especially when you're trying. When God sees that you're trying, he gonna move mountains for you. It is not easy to go through the stuff that we go through. You have your up days, your down days. You don't make impulse decisions. You don't make mistakes. You don't have setbacks, failures, mishaps, and that's okay. But what you're recognizing is these are the situations that brought me to where I am right now. I'm not moving like I used to. I don't project how I used to. I observe now. Before, at one time, I used to react towards different things. I absorb those different things. And it's just like, when even I can have a normal conversation, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fuss or have a daggone debate. If we can't talk, and it can be a disagree to agree type situation, like, you have your own truth and belief just like mine, and if we don't have to be on that same table, that don't mean you have to be a competitor to me. I'm not in no daggone debate. I'm out of high school. I didn't really like dealing with it in the first place, so I ain't trying to have this in adulthood. Because if I see it's going to be a confusion situation, I said, before I say something that may hurt your feelings and question my own, I'm going to just walk away, and allow myself to do what it do. But I appreciate the things that I faced in my life. I felt since the other day that universe guided me to speak on my truth about y'all, because it's very, like I tell people, it's very hard to speak on that, especially with my situation on what it is. And those are the things that it can really be bothersome, especially when people want to place judgment on you, or they want to be hateful, or, be trying to push, wars towards your way over some egotistical type stuff. But it's allowing me to be comfortable in my own truth. This is something I have to deal with on a daily. I've seen the ugly out of people on how they treated me when they knew my truth. But I also seen a lot beautiful things that people have, how they have treated me, when they knew my truth. And I still accept both of them. This is a blessing for that. It's an all-time high when you're so used to people stabbing you in your back and betraying you in any kind of way. But the good thing is is when you have somebody, they ain't gonna stand for somebody to sit up here and talk junk about you, especially if they call you your friend, your family, your sister, your brother, your homegirl, homeboy, your ace, whatever. Like, hey, if you got an issue with that person, you need to go take it up with them. Why are you talking amongst these people about it when that person is the one that you have to create a solution with? See what needs to be changed for this to be, whatever is going on. But then if somebody comes to you and say, hey, such and such and such and such said this about you. Oh, okay. Because back in the day, I would get hyped up and like, wait a minute, let's go. You know how we used to do back in the day? If you're a 70s child, you already know what I'm talking about. 3-way. Don't say that. I'm just see we're going to catch them up in a line. And as soon as they do it, boom, everybody on the daggone phone. Now, all you got to do is group chat, but it's at that point, you have to question, why is somebody so comfortable with talking bad about me in front of you in the first place? That's my question, because it's like with me, if that person, even like I was telling y'all the other day about my situation, I get pissed off when I hear people talk about my dad. I'm like, y'all didn't speak this shit, speak that stuff before he passed away. Don't sit up here and speak on his behalf when he cannot sit up here and defend himself for anything. That's the worst thing you want to do, and make me roll over on the wrong side of the bed in the morning, just because of stuff like that. Because I've seen it happen too many times, especially when people are celebrity type, figures in their life. They pass away and all of a sudden everything want to start coming out of woodworks about these people. And I used to tell people every day, my situation is very hard because there's so many people that got their opinion. There's so many people that are clout chasing. There's so many people that try to stay relevant. There's so many people that feel like their life ain't nothing until they put a name on it. They know it's going to get that attention. And, and people are like, damn, Roslynn, you feel that? Yes, I feel that way. I don't have no problem. I can repeat it again, and say the same thing. But I'm that type of person. If I really feel like you mistreated me, did me wrong, touched me in some kind of daggone way, I'm going to say it before you're born, when you were a twinkle in your daddy's eye, when you got ready to come out and you're connected, right before you went over and transition and went straight up to the upper room. I'm going to still keep talking about that. And then probably still talk about it after you die, but don't wait until somebody passed away for you to go speak on that person's name like that and they ain't there to defend themselves. That's the most gutter butt stuff I've ever seen. But it's just the whole point on just seeing how my life has really changed because of my situation of who my father is. And it allowed me to really move in my purpose and just get really assertive with what I am, who I am as a person, who am I and where I flow in my purpose about that, because it was very hard for me to speak on my life because it was always taught to me on one side that it was forbidden. It was taboo. You can't talk about that or you get straight punched in the face, but now it's like, I'm not going to be hiding my truth. Not everything needs to be vocalized, but if it comes to a point where I know it's helping me to help somebody else, I'm gonna go ahead and speak to it on a certain extent. But it's just like growing up in this thing, I had to really find that love for myself because I was denied of that, and not trying to speak harshly on my biological parents or my adopted ones. It's like my mom was there, my mom, my adopted mom, but my mom, I call her my mom. She really did all she could do. That woman was strong as hell. She didn't take no mess because she reminded me of Medea, but I love that woman to death. And she really did all she could for me. I didn't make anything easy for her because of that situation that I went through. I really took it bad, and I was just like, oh, I ain't got no parents. I don't care. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And I live my life very dangerous. But when it comes to the situations on how I can be honest about my convictions, and I stand true to that. I always tell people, don't worry about the opinions of other people, because the people that are judging you, I guarantee you, some of them daggone skeletons come flying out of their closet, whoo, they can tell you some things. But it's just a lot of times you have to be able to love folks from a higher distance, because some people are just so equipped from misunderstanding you, so equipped to keep, project their inferiority issues, egotistical issues, or, they lack of self-worth just by the things that they do. And you can still love that person, and there's a lot of times I tell people, oh, just because we're not friends, don't mean you gave me as an enemy, but you only got your one time to try to defile my character at all. Because of your issues, or you got one time to embarrass me, to try to break me down and, and try to make me feel like my life ain't worth living, You only got one time to access me like that. Before, I used to allow myself to give people chances, and chances. You have to understand, some people can sniff out your weakness, and your weakness is your heart, because you try to see the good in everyone. You try to find that good in everyone. And it'd be like you trying to find the good in daggone Jeffrey Dahmer, in one of those type of situations. You're like, I see his light though, even though, he did what he did, I'm seeing his light. But it's at that point in my life where I can be open, and just being able to say, situations that we go through stuff every day. There's a lot of us that go through different things in our lives, and we keep it on the hush hush. We don't do that, and it's just like it programs you to move in a certain vibration when you have gone and you have been affected in some really harsh, moments within your life for a long period of time. It makes you look at people different. It makes you question yourself within a person, or how you allow yourself to live your life on the daily. And those are the situations that can be very questionable to a person. Everybody deserves your love. It's like, even, the people involved in my life that did these things to me, I'm going to show you love, but I'm going to keep you at a distance of my love. And there's a lot of times the enemy would get pissed off at you, just because of the fact is that I'm not going to allow myself to continue to give you my power when you don't even hold your own. But I'm going to send you blessings of love and healing. Whatever is going to be for me is going to stay for me, but I'm allowing myself to get peace from that. And I had to get access to my peace. And a lot of times you got to force that into your life, because there's too many people running around here where they created their own hailstorm and want to go ahead and want to give you free tickets on that daggone roller coaster with them. No, it's either your choice. You can let your situation make you bitter, or you can let it make you better. And I was living in a bitter moment. And I work on myself on the daily, and I'm very proud of that, and you have to be, because there's so many different things in your life that has happened, and we take life for granted. We really, really, truly do. We take life for granted. There's a lot of people that had plans for yesterday and not here, or there's people that had all these different expectations they want to do in their life, and they're probably over here bedridden somewhere in somebody else's hospital, especially with all the things that's going around in the world today. We take that for granted. If you have family, you hold them close. If it's something that is just disturbing your peace where you losing sleep at night, I've done those things too. Let it go. Let it go. You have to be able to do that. And it was very hard for me to be able to do that, because I was so used to carrying all my pain, all my burdens, all my trials. It was hard for me to ever talk positive about anything, because it was just like my positivity was very short-lived. My happiness, way short-lived. Love was foreign to me. Love and codependency run hand in hand. And it was just like, if this is what it is, I don't want it. You can keep it. But then I allowed myself, there's times where I sit here and I cry just to give God his thanks, because it's like this situation has really rocked me, socked me, almost took me out many a times, and it allowed me to just stand forward in my convictions and tell people, yes, there's days that I tried to end my life. There's days that I did, and God made sure he brought me back. I was a frequent flyer over there. I know it ain't your time yet. Get your ass on, and just mush me straight in the face. Devil, he done sit up here and said, look, I got a couple of papers on you. You can't come down here and wreck shop up in my establishment, because you raise more hell than I do. I was like, yeah, that's their whole point. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to respond. You don't do that. But it was at a point where you can really, your burdens can really empower you in ways that can be very vicious. There's a lot of times where people wish the worst on you, and they really trying to understand they done did the most hatefulest things to you. And a lot of times that will continue to happen. And it just made me think about that post. It's like a lot of times karma will allow you to go through the worst of the worst when it comes to certain individuals on certain situations and certain subjects, to the point where if they're telling you, you need to set this person free out your life, we're trying to bring something else in, you need to let this go. And until you do that, they're going to make sure that person's straight gutted to you in any kind of way. They got to embarrass you in front of people. They got to embarrass you out in the public and do that. You have to have that courage to say, allow them to be in it. Let them be stressed in their own mess. You know, you trying to get out your own. Some people are just comfortable living like that. And those are the most dangerous people, because when you have life worth living, you got so much stuff that's wanting to offer you in your life. Like you have an executive room that somebody's speaking over in your name and you ain't even been there. There are certain things that you ain't even qualify for, but yet there's somebody there talking about you in that way. And you don't know, you know, your enemies and your haters sniff you out the most. Those are your fans in denial. They do, because I'll be telling, hey, do you know when I'm going to go to the bathroom? My solar plexus has been really acting up. So what you ask me for? Because you watch my ass all the time. I'm just really trying to understand. Do you know how my solar plexus is going to be functioning right about now? Because that's what they do, you know. And there's a lot of time I had a lot of enemies because they don't place so much stuff on me. And God made sure I went through that. Yeah, you put this on me, but it helped me grow. It made me vicious. It made me fierce. It made me nonstop. It made me be very determined on what I talk about. You know, I love my enemies just like I love my friends. I love my family, because you done taught me so much about myself that I didn't see, you know, and they see it. That's why they wouldn't be trying so hard to bring you down or make you have doubt towards your own well-being of your essence if they didn't see something in you that was that could be working some wonders in your life. So you have to be allowing yourself to give love, even to the harshest people, you know, because they didn't have it. And if they did, they didn't know what to do with it. You have to send love to people like that. You keep praying for your enemies. Don't allow yourself to take vengeance. Trust me, it ain't even worth it. You allow yourself to move out that way, because it's like God, universe, and karma. Them some bad mothers, shut your mouth. You know, they can do far more damage than you ever can. This is that time for you to stay focused. Those folks, those haters, those mishaps, those things that they placed you in was your you know, your jumping start for you to understand your purpose in so many ways. A lot of times happiness can come to your life and really bless you to lead you to your purpose. But a lot of times these tragedies will rip you to shreds just for you to find out where your soul is really laying at, because everything is ripping off of you. It was something that was programmed, something that was feared, something that was learned, something that was taught, that these things are not even possible. But yet this was taught to every generation. This was like that. Now this is your time to shine. You find out what makes you tick. You find out about that glow that you've been having, that so many haters try to make sure that they didn't be seen. But yours always stood out there like that. You know, it really does. And it's going to continue to do that. Now it's going to be shining bright like a goddamn diamond, because you're allowing yourself to still move forward. Even if you're moving in confusion, you could be like a three-legged person moving in a circle and don't even know where the heck you're going at, but it's taking you somewhere. You know, you may get seasick a little bit, but it's taking you somewhere. You're going to start appreciating those good times. And the good times and the bad times going to fall in the same suit, because it gave you lessons to keep going. It's going to give you that point to stay consistent with your things. I got to work on that every day with me. Like right now, I'm tired. My daggone sleep has been off. Last couple of days, I wake up at 1 o'clock and don't go back to sleep until, 20 hours later. So it's just like even me getting up and I'm tired. And I said, a lot of times you just gonna have to do stuff while you're tired. That's what God's looking at. He know you tired. He see everything that you're doing. He see the moves that you make, and he see that you feel like you ain't even, breaking a sweat, or, you ain't, whatever moves you're making is not making a dent in the things that you've been working hard to manifest. And that's where he want to see, where is your energy going to? Because a lot of times we place our energy in stuff that ain't going to help us in any kind of way, except help us go to an early grave, help us, jeopardize our health in some kind of way, our mental being, our emotional well-being. That self-care, it will lack the mess out of that, because we stay focused on the things that was only sent there to distract us. That's only a tool. What are you going to allow you? Are you going to stay focused on something that's going to invest you, make you grow, have you being in places and doing things that you never even worked hard for, or even wanted to, or didn't even know you had an interest in it? Are you going to allow your energy to go on that? Or are you going to have it on something that's going to keep you in the same situation, in the same vibrations, even though you don't even roll that way anymore? And this is what God is trying to show you. Everybody deserves your love, but selected people have to have access to your time. Make sure if they're going to have access to your time, it's going to be about something that's going to add towards it, not take it away, unless it's something that don't need to be there. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video. Y'all, much love to you. And like I said, I was so appreciated. of me being able to open myself up to y'all and tell you, because it's been a while to where I guess God wanted me to be in a certain vibration before I can open myself back up like that again. And just being able to tell, I don't know what was the reason, you know, God got his reason for having everything it is, but just being able to tell you what brought me here, what had me being able to love to help the people that I have, you know, even the ones that betrayed me, I still love them too, you know. And you never know where your purpose is taking you at. You know, trust and believe God has a reason for all the seasons that you go through. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Val Stover. Much love to you. Richard Morrow. Much love to you. Welcome to the fam. Melly Alchemist. Much love to you as well. Good to hear from you. Minek Travel. And Eugene Bliss, The Road to Happiness. Much love to you. Thank you for the support. You know, our family base is really getting up there, and I do appreciate that. You know, I will be starting back on my Heyokas support chat. It really was good. It had a good turnout the last time we did it, and I would love to be able to do that again. So hopefully y'all be able to chime in tomorrow. So I hope you have a blessed day. You know, prepare to have a really prosperous weekend. Whatever you're trying to manifest into your life, I hope it comes so much bigger and better than you ever imagined or ever predicted when it would be in your life, you know, and it's going to be something big and very epic, just because the fact is you've gone through so many different differences, and no matter what, you never gave up. So you deserve that, plus so much more. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You just never know. All those things really take you a long way. You'll see me on my next video. Much love. Peace.